Welcome. Another episode of Sammy and Marissa's Husbands. The duo is back. I know you're enjoying hearing our voices. Hopefully the drive to work is not too terrible. Hopefully you didn't have the Sunday scaries too bad yesterday. Um, and yeah, so we're getting back into it. A little bit of the agenda. We'll talk lives of recent. We'll talk some NBA, MLB, some random questions, Pat's peeves, Mike's likes. So Tyler, why don't you start it off and talk to me a little bit about your life of recent?
Just finished a work week. Very long. Got absolutely fucked. Friday and Saturday, very busy. Being a manager is not all it's cracked up to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard having some actual responsibility, right?
Yeah, underpaid, underpaid for the bullshit.
Underpaid and overworked.
That's the truth. Um, I went and saw Jurassic World, the new one, with my mom on Wednesday. That was good. Good dinosaur action, corny dialogue, but to be expected with that kind of movie. Um, I've had The softball team is 4-3 right now,
Okay, winning record.
and every game we've lost by 1 run.
That's brutal.
So we potentially looking at a 7-0 team. We
What is
we
this?
have good
Average Joe's 4.0?
below average Joe's 4.0. Yes, sir.
Below average Joe's correct. Okay. Yeah, 7-0 would be crazy. I feel like wasn't there one really good team?
Last year there was two, but for every year we've been in it, it's mainly been good hops,
Hmm.
and they are playing this year also, and are potentially the best they've ever been. We haven't played them yet.
Okay, I was about to say,
Yeah.
if you only lost to them by one run, that means you guys have gotten significantly better or they've gotten significantly worse.
Yeah, no, we have not played them yet. They are going to absolutely butt fuck us because I've seen some of their scores.
Yikes.
Um, it's not going to be good, but all we can do is play hard and have fun.
That's true. Good mindset.
I'm currently batting 666 on the year.
That's an interesting number.
I'm 2 for 3.
That's fair.
My on base percentage is higher than that because I have 3 walks.
Some walks, yeah. Um, Walking in slow pitch softball sucks.
Yeah, it is terrible, but when they like some of the pitches are so bad
Yeah,
that I'm not even really having to fight myself on not swinging.
that's true. And I mean, to be honest, sometimes you just need base runners.
Exactly. And the funny thing is, I'll get a runner because I'm trying to ease my feet back into it. And then when Chris's stepdad gets on base, I run for him because he's 65 years old. So like I'm getting a runner for myself, but then I'm having to run for someone else.
Interesting. So why are you running for him? I'm confused.
He's because
I
he'll
get that
hit.
he's old. I understand that he's old, but
Well, we didn't have Jace, Chris's little brother, last game,
yeah,
and Chris is top of the order and Eric is bottom of the order. So
I
as
feel like
far
no disrespect to you, but I do feel like there are probably better options to be a runner.
Nat, typically yes, but you got to think, who do we have? Drew would be a better option than me, but his hamstring is always fucked.
True.
So Kevin, I'm faster than even with a hurt foot. Wes, I'm faster than even with a hurt foot. Ed, debatable, but he's close there in the lineup too. So if he runs for me, if he runs in that spot, he's gonna be up again. Same thing with this guy Tim we have. So if Jace and Nate aren't there, who would be like middle of the lineup, falls to your boy.
Yeah, how long's the season?
I think we have two more games.
Ah, I was gonna hope I could come make a guest appearance, but it's not gonna happen.
If we win our next game, which is against the worst team in the league, and then we play good hops, we would have we'll finish the year with a winning record regardless of what happens, which is pretty sick.
Yeah,
And we'd finish in the top of the bracket, potentially play a bad team in the first round of the playoffs, and get put in the winners bracket
that is
if we
big.
win that game. So that's huge.
Yeah, I mean, even if I could make it home, there's not really a scenario where I'd be able to make it on a weekday, and your games are only on weekdays. So
Yeah. The
I almost made a surprise appearance this weekend, but it just wasn't going to work out.
That would have been sick.
Yeah, I wanted to, but Sammy left today, so like me having to leave, I'd have had to take a like really late flight Friday night, been there just for Saturday, and then like a super early flight Sunday morning, and it just didn't work out. The times didn't line up.
Yeah, that would have been nuts though.
Yeah, could you imagine me just like rolling into to Sea Witch or something while you guys were all there?
Bro, if you could have seen us at a Buzz's Roost, we'll talk about it later, but we were in peak form.
Now I
Buzz's
saw
Roost.
some snaps. I saw some snaps at Buzz's Roost, and I was wondering where that was because I didn't recognize the place because we haven't really gone to Buzz's Roost too much, and I was like, where the hell are they? Is that a new place? But now that makes sense. But
Yeah.
yeah, back to softball. So fortunately, I won't be able to make my surprise appearance. Come in bat 4 for 4 with a hit in the cycle. So
We um we did have I think every year we've had a guest appearance though. Because we had
yeah,
you last year. We had Mike this year.
true.
The year before, I'm not sure. Our first year we had Nate, who's like now our like left fielder. He would
Okay,
fill in for us. We've had a couple different iterations.
makes sense. I'm surprised Corey doesn't ever come up and try and make a guest appearance
I put him on the roster every year.
just in case. Yeah,
Yeah. I
because he
think
hasn't played in what 3 seasons?
he played our first 2 years.
Yeah,
I'm not I'm not sure if he played a game last year.
he
He
wasn't
may
there when I
have.
was there
He may have played a game last year though, because he was definitely on
because
the roster. But
Ed didn't play last year either, right? Or maybe he
he
just
did.
wasn't there when I was there.
Yeah. There's some debate about who has the best arm who's ever played for our team,
Hmm.
like from the outfield. There's this guy Tim who played a little bit of baseball out of school in New Jersey
Hmm.
for in college. He's got a cannon, and don't get it twisted. He's better than you at baseball, um, but he does not throw even nearly as hard. And but
Yeah,
there was some debate last night,
yeah,
and I think people were disrespecting how hard you throw. Like you're not the best baseball player in the world, but you and Kyle Klosick, two hardest arms I've ever seen.
yeah. I think Kyle has a stronger arm, or at least he did in high school. Um, but we're both like the same kind of build, like long, kind of like long arms. So it just kind of naturally the throw power from the outfield kind of works. And we kind of both played right field in high school, so we kind of just I learned kind of how to throw hard from Kyle. But I'd say Kyle has a stronger arm than I do. Um, but it's close. I'd say it's close.
Yeah, and this guy's really good, but
Yeah.
he's accurate, but he doesn't have that like I'm afraid to catch it kind of
Yeah. Probably because he's
arm.
accurate.
Yeah, yeah, because it's like gonna hit me in the mid. I'm not worried about breaking my leg or something.
Yeah, yeah. There's a level of uncertainty when me or Kyle throw the ball. So maybe that just adds a adds a little bit extra.
If either one of you could hit, you would have been great baseball players.
Yeah, I couldn't hit. I could hit in middle school. I could hit. I don't know what happened. They started throwing curveballs and it was over for me.
You're like that guy from a major league who couldn't.
Yeah, Serrano. Even though,
Yeah,
yeah. Um, yeah, just something about I think a lot of it had to do with playing multiple sports as well. So like a lot of
Yeah.
people would play football and then baseball, but there wasn't a whole lot that would because you play football and then you have a couple months break where you transition into baseball. So you're in the cage, you're doing all these things versus like I would finish basketball and baseball would be like already a week into the season and I haven't even touched a baseball bat or a glove and would go out there and just be like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Um, Felt like I've never played before. So that put me at a significant disadvantage. But I never really thought baseball was going to go anywhere. Like it was always like my third best sport. It was just fun. And I was like kind of in with the group of people that were on the baseball team. It was kind of grew up with them and stuff like that. So
Humble brag.
I
Not many
guess
people played.
it wasn't
Not many people had the basketball in between. Humble brag.
it wasn't intended to be that. There were people like Clayton. Clayton played all three, and Clayton was better than me at baseball. Um,
And football.
he probably football too if he would have continued to play. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No,
there's
I mean, no,
probably an argument for basketball, but
no, I don't think so. I don't think Clayton was better than me at basketball, but that's easy for someone to say who was his fucking backup. So,
yeah, it's fair.
like
I mean, obviously, I don't think so either.
I wonder how he's doing.
I don't know. I haven't really talked to him in a while. I haven't talked to that group in a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those guys. Actually saw, well, I was going to say recently, but this is probably 2 or 3 years ago. At this point, I saw Matt Davis downtown.
Okay,
Actually think we were together. So
we
it
may
must have been
have been
it must have been years ago.
probably years ago. Yeah, probably
Yeah.
5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, wow, time's really flying.
It is. I mean, speaking of time flying, like, dude,
30.
I'm 30.
Yeesh.
Allie texted me and said like those 20 sure did fly, and I was like, yeah, they did. But damn, if we didn't have fun during them, I'd say that.
Yeah, I mean personally I couldn't imagine being 30.
Yeah, we're just so much more mature than those below 30 people now. So I
Something
just
happened,
have
you feel something when you woke up.
I just have so much more life experience than you.
It is fucking crazy though, because I was looking at something and I don't think I've mentally matured since I was 17.
Yeah, you haven't. Um, but no, like my granddad asked me this question every year on my birthday, and now it's turned into my mom asking it to me. But like, happy birthday, and he always throws in you old buzzard, and then he says, "Do you have any reflections?" And you don't really start thinking about the reflections. You thought he was just like, no, I don't have any reflections. It's just another birthday, blah, blah, blah. Until you get a little older and you're like, I do have a couple reflections and I don't have anything significant, but just like you think, oh, 30 time has flown. But really, you think about all the years we've spent in our 20s. Like, I don't even necessarily remember turning 20. Like, it feels like a long time ago when you think about it like that.
Well, I
And
mean,
like
a third of your life.
all the things that we've done, like all that clear run stuff, all the club basketball stuff, that was all in our 20s. I've spent almost 6 years in the army now in my 20s. Like it has been a while. We've done a lot of things.
Yeah, we've spent more time in our 20s out of college than we were in college, which seems strange.
It does seem strange. Um,
Like when you're not in school anymore and you're just working, the time really just kind of blends.
right.
There's not like significant other than when you get to birthdays, like milestone type things
Yeah,
to really go,
your
oh,
late 20s are not really a big milestone type time for you.
yeah. I mean, you're just dreading turning 30.
Yeah, but like I said, you wake up and you just have so much wisdom.
Now you're okay. How in shape can I be by the time I get to 40?
Yeah,
For
you've
me,
been saying
for
how in shape can I be by the time I get to the wedding and the time I get to
yeah,
for a
it's been
while.
4 years since then, and then now I'm gonna turn 30, and I'm not gonna be where I want to be. So 20s was the year of the years of excess and fun and debauchery, and now it if it doesn't happen in this 10-year period, it will not happen, and I'll just be a piece of shit forever and die young.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you,
So
you're at a significant disadvantage the older you keep getting. So the
yeah,
time is
so it's
now, my
time.
friend. I mean, it's as simple as waking up tomorrow morning and telling yourself that I'm gonna do it. Because I mean, in theory, you have basically a whole month, basically 2 months until you turn 30. Basically,
Hmm.
not quite, but you can lose a significant
I'm
amount of weight in 2 months.
over 2 months actually. I'm 2 months in a day.
Yeah. So you got some time. And like it's that one saying, day one or one day. Which is it gonna be?
Facts. And I'm a little bit. I'm in the right thing. I've
Yeah,
been doing that workout,
yeah,
and I text Nick and I was like, because I mean I've been unbelievably sore.
yeah.
I mean, granted, not working out and really like realistically not lifting
Hmm.
in 3 years probably, like with any type of consistency. And I text him and I was like, "Do you think it's possible for the soreness to kill me?" And he said I was probably the most dramatic person he's ever spoken to. Because I'm doing dumbbell incline with 45. Like,
Yeah,
it's not gonna kill me.
yeah. I
Feels like
mean,
it is though.
yeah. And Nick works with college females, so you being the most dramatic person.
Yeah, yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Good point.
But it's
But
good that
other,
you're doing the rehab recovery type style stuff. I think that's going to be big, and I'm glad you're back like in the gym doing the strength training stuff because I do feel like you enjoy that a little bit more.
yeah, and then there's like a little bit of anxiety with it too, and overcoming anxiety because I'm going to the gym by myself, which I never really did.
Hmm.
And you're going in there doing, uh, they're not like typical workouts. They're
Yeah.
kind of like, I mean, they're real, like prescribed stuff, but like everybody in there's doing their four main lifts, and so they see you laying on the ground doing like a dead bug,
Hmm.
and they're like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?" But you have to kind of like overcome that. But they're really not even thinking that. That's just in your brain. No one really gives a shit what I'm doing in there.
Yeah. I mean, there's always going to be the people that are judgmental. Um, but truthfully, what do their opinions even matter in the long run?
No, I mean, and realistically, I could probably kill them with my hands. You know,
Yeah. Coming from the guy that is wondering if he can die from soreness.
listen, those things are not mutually exclusive. All right,
No.
just because I'm sore don't mean I won't whip that ass.
Yeah, that's what you keep telling me.
No, not you specifically. That's like an open invitation.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Hands are rated E for everybody.
Yep. So let's get into what you did for your birthday yesterday.
Okay. Well, birthday, so I'll go back because we kind of celebrated my birthday last weekend. My mom came for the 4th of July and we did that as like my birthday trip. And we picked that weekend because it's a long weekend. It's easy for people to get off work. So we got a little lake house at the Ozarks. My mom, Aunt Kim, Bryce, and Claire all came. Sam was there, obviously. We had a nice uh little lake house. It was kind of rustic, so it was almost cabin-esque, but it had a sweet dock. We floated out off of it. We had kayaks, canoes. Um, Hobie learned that he could swim, which was interesting. And then he learned that he could jump off the dock. So that was fun watching him swim around. We took him for a little kayak ride. He really enjoyed it. He was smoked though. Talk about worn out. That was a worn out dog. And there's really nothing better than a worn out dog because they just want to cuddle up to you. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything you want in a dog. Um, there was like this sweet winery that we went to. It was about 10 minutes away. Had good wine and was surprisingly cheap. You go to a winery sometimes and it's like a little bit on the higher end because they make everything there, but they were pretty inexpensive and had some good wine.
But what compare it? I mean, because I'm not a Well, I'm not a drinker anymore anyway. We'll get into that too, but compare it to the wine from the place we went to in the mountains.
I'd say similar, uh, similar quality, I guess. Um, I didn't do as many tastings at this place as I did at the other place because I think like everybody got flights at the other place. So we were just passing around wines to taste them, which was fun. That's like a thing about a winery that I like. Um, this winery wasn't like that. And I'd say they probably need to think about their business plan a little bit because everybody wants a flight when they go to a winery, but they didn't offer that. You could do like tastings, but it was a weird concept. But um, we got we just like bought a couple bottles. Some white and some red, and when we kind of tasted them all, but we didn't get taste nearly the quantity that we did at the other place. Um, but overall, it was good. Location, I think the the scenery of this place was better. Um, but for a big group, I think the place in the mountains was better, if
Okay.
that makes sense. Um,
Makes sense.
Also, me and Bryce are doing this marathon together in October. So we went on a run on the 4th and we ran 10 miles. So it was a good opportunity for us to kind of run together because we've never really ran together before. Um, and I tried to tell him before he came, I was like, hey, Missouri like has some serious hills. We're in the Ozark Mountains, like it's legit. And he's like, oh, we have hills in DC. Like, I'm not worried about it. And he did well. Like you could tell he's been running. Uh, he did well, but we came up to like we were on the last mile and we were coming up this gnarly hill. It was like the last one. And we're about halfway up. I think his heart rate got up to like 180 plus.
Oh
And
my God.
yeah, he was like redlining big time. And he's like, I'm gonna puke. And I was like, all right, dude, go for it. So he like kind of pulls over on the side of the road and is just yakking his stomach out. And I'm just kind of standing there, hands on my hips, and all these cars are driving by, and I'm just like waving to them, like, we're all right. So that was pretty funny. Uh, but yeah, that's kind of what we did for my birthday with my mom. But then yesterday was like my actual birthday. So it was really just me and Sam. We went to this river that's like five minutes from our house, and it's nice because it's spring, so the water is completely clear. Like you get in and it's up to your there's deep spots that get up to like your chest, but most of it's like knee deep. And like you can see your toes. If you're in it and it's chest deep, like it's crystal clear. You see your toes. You can see all the fish swimming through. It's pretty cool. But so we just sat out there, listened to some music. Uh, we read. I finished my book, so that's number three on the year. So much for one
Jeez.
book a month. But uh, yeah, I finished my book, number three on the year. The book was Black Hearts. I give it a 7.5.
That's pretty high.
Pretty high. I think it was a pretty good book. It's about, I don't know if everybody would like it because it's kind of a military book, but it has a good story. It's about the early days of the war in Iraq. It's one of the first conventional units that went over there. And kind of they were in some pretty harsh conditions. Ended up with them committing some pretty grotesque war crimes, um, which is always interesting to read about. But
Is this a um Desert Storm or the War on Terror?
no,
Quote
War
unquote.
on Terror. It was like 2004, 2003 timeframe.
Okay.
But good book if you're interested in reading about war crimes. Could be potentially depressing, but yeah, good book. Um, but yeah, so we sat by the river, finished the book, and then we went to this brewery that we like, and we had been to this brewery when I was here the first time, so about 5 years ago. Um, I do remember it having better pizza last time, but overall it was solid. Good beers, um, decent pizza, but it was fun. That's kind of what we did. It wasn't anything crazy. I was asleep by 11, so not like some wild night out like you guys had.
It was wild.
It looked wild. It looked like it was one for the books.
Yeah, hold on. Let me send this work. Message. I'm getting blown up.
Oh, so you finally get some responsibility at work, and now you're the one answering texts and calls on the pod.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. But
So for the new listeners, which I'm sure there's plenty, Trey and I were doing a drinking challenge,
the beer off, yes.
the beer off, where the loser has to. Did we come up with a
I
punishment?
don't think there was a punishment. I think it's just bragging rights
Yeah.
about
Um.
who's the alpha.
Okay. Um. A little backstory. I had been 4 months sober, and I think I only lost by three.
Yeah, I finished with
But
10.
I think potentially you knew I couldn't catch you, and
Yeah,
you coasted.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Which is
some could argue I was drinking very light beers to start the day. Um, and some could argue that those wouldn't count. And I would listen to those arguments and I wouldn't be super hurt. However, I will say they had a 4.5% alcohol volume or whatever it is. And it's the same amount of liquid. Just like
um,
drinking
I
any
w-
light beer.
I wouldn't uh I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't use
Yeah,
that as a crutch. I mean,
they were going out.
I was only drinking 5% beers for the beers I was drinking, and then um I did have one mixed drink which I think was a mistake. So I had that right in the middle.
Yeah, that may have been a mistake.
They I So I was coming off 4 months sober, and I think I issued the challenge.
Well, the way I think it started was we were talking about 10 things I do better than you, and I
Okay,
said
that's right.
drinking. Yeah, drinking was one, and you were up in arms. Um,
Um, I do think it would have been a better showing if I haven't been sober, but I accepted it, and I went out there, and to be honest, I didn't want to get sick, and I coasted the whole night.
that's fair.
I coasted the whole night, and I really wasn't, which kind of surprised me. I really wasn't that fucked up.
Yeah, you didn't look super fucked up.
I coasted. I was drinking water. I had eaten food earlier. I did feel it
Yeah,
after two beers. Like I
yeah.
legitimately was like, oh, because that kind of was like, okay, that's when I text you and you were
Uh,
like, don't pace. And I was like, I have to because it would have because normally before we leave Seawitch, I could potentially be at like 4 or 5 drinks and I only had three there.
yeah. Um, also, like truthfully, if I wasn't doing this with you yesterday, I probably would have had max 4 beers. But I was just like, let me see. I knew I was like, let me get to 10. If he beats me at 10, then like props to him. He's gonna have a terrible morning if he gets to 10. So
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've had a headache all day up until like an hour ago.
yeah,
'Cause I think it's the dehydration.
definitely.
Um, but we had a lot of fun. We went to Sea Witch, and we had a full group other than Allie and Marissa and Jalen didn't come. So all the guys were there. Um, Kevin only stayed at Sea Witch. He went home after that. And we were dancing, doing our thing. This girl came up to me and was like, "Hey, what's your name?" And I was like, "Look at my ring finger, lady." And then she was with another girl and a guy, and they were like, "You look just like our friend." And I was like, "Okay." And then they pulled out a picture, and it was just a fat white dude with a beard. And I leaned into the guy. I was like, "I don't look anything like it's just well, all fat dudes with beards look the same." And then he and then he was like, "Yeah, sorry, dude." I'm like, "Okay, get out of my face. You guys all get the fuck out of my face." Then after that we hit Beach Bums.
Mhm.
We were there for one drink,
Naturally, yeah.
and then the move was Buzz's Roost, and we were only supposed to stay there for 30 minutes. And we stayed there for like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, just absolutely fucking dancing.
Yeah, it looked. I saw
Cut,
the snaps. It was cutting the rug big time.
cutting it up. Wes got in trouble naturally. Wes also fell down the stairs at Sea Witch. Um, you know, like the outside stairs, like to go
Uh,
up, they go right to the bathroom.
yep.
He walked down, slipped down the steps, like hit the top step, and then like boom, 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 like his butt, like on all the steps. And me, Casey, and Michaela saw it, and so we were laughing at him. And then I looked up, and there were two girls like on the railing laughing at him like quietly. So then I pointed at them and pointed out that they were laughing at him, and then he looked up and saw them laughing at him and was embarrassed.
Yeah. I mean, that's embarrassing for sure.
And
But it
then we
seems like
got,
he took it on the chin a little bit, so that's
oh
good.
yeah, yeah. Well, he was absolutely fucked up too.
He did look in rare form.
Yeah, he was peak. It was so fucking hot in Buzz's Roost. Like there were probably 50 people in there, so it was tight. And he reached up and like tried to turn up the speed on the fan. And the DJ, who was an absolute cuck, like lost his mind about it and like got security over there. And I'm like, what? Is this really necessary? Just tell him no. And then in there dancing, there were a couple girls who were really trying to get a couple of the guys we were with to dance with them. Like it was kind of embarrassing. I was a little embarrassed for them. It was kind of sad. I won't name any names.
Are they girls we know?
No, 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 no.
Oh, okay, okay,
Just,
okay.
no, no, just two randoms. And then we were leaving, and I wanted to go to the quesadilla spot next to Beach Bums. And Wes, of course, wanted to go to the dive. And he's like, I don't care. I'm going to the dive. Do what you want. And then just started walking, because he only, when he's in that state of mind, only cares about what Wes wants. So we all just go to the dive, and there's nobody there. Like, I'm telling you, there were two people there doing karaoke. And me, Casey, and Michaela were like, fuck this. And then we went and walked to the quesadilla place. But by the time we got there, they were only serving hot dogs. And Wes doesn't even know this because we missed it by 2 minutes
Mm.
because he wanted to walk up to the fucking dive. I had to eat a glizzy at 1:34 in the morning. And then the dude behind me in line is like, what's a glizzy? I'm like, it's a hot dog, dude. And then he didn't believe me. So then he asked the black dude next to me. And he was like, yeah, it's a hot dog. It was very strange. Strange encounter. And then Drew threw up.
Nice.
Yeah.
After or before the glizzy?
When we got, well, he ate a full plate of nachos at the dive.
Naturally. I feel like the dive, you go to the dive and everybody's like, oh, it'll be like a fun end of the night, and then we all stuff our face with food and yeah.
I'm perfectly fine with either opening of the dive or not going there at all.
Yeah, it just the like the nightlife of the dive is not the same as it used to be. It kind of used to be like Buzz's Roost was.
Yeah.
Because I remember a time like in seeing Snapchat memories of us being in the dive and it being packed and we were like dancing and having fun. And then now I feel like the dive late night is like a ghost town kind of just for like the locals that are still out.
Yeah, like in the summer it's obviously going to be busier.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And but I think the reason it was dead is because it was karaoke.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't think they have that DJ anymore.
It's weird to do karaoke on a like late night Saturday night.
Yeah. I think that's why there was nobody in there.
Yeah, like nobody wants to hear Wes sing Slim Shady.
Yeah. I didn't even wait for him to finish the song. I just left.
Yeah.
And also, he let Drew, who was absolutely obliterated, walk to find us by himself. Them both in their drunken stupors just parted ways. They both could have been murdered or something. And then Drew got home, got out of the Uber, and our Uber driver was the most fucking annoying person on the history of the earth. He's one of those dudes who had done everything. and kept telling Michaela that jewels were now illegal in North Carolina and nobody can sell them when she bought jewel pods today. Like, he was just so fucking annoying. And then he started blaming the
Yeah,
GPS. He made the wrong turns. And I was like, he
classic.
said he was talking about like all his ex-wives, and he was like, yeah, I've owned three women in my life. And I'm like, dude,
Oh my
what's going
God.
on?
Sounds like a real winner.
Well, he was, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
so, you know,
Are you saying like your people?
yes.
Oh, so he literally has owned three women.
No, 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 no. I mean, like your people.
Oh, okay. Because your people, I mean,
Yeah,
uh,
potential
yeah,
for
right,
actually, yeah.
right.
Hmm.
But yeah, it looked like a hell of a night. Looked like one for the books.
It was a good time.
I'm jealous. Wish I could have been there. Wish I could have made the guest appearance.
I think you just got to get your money up and not your funny up.
It wasn't about money because I was prepared to buy a plane ticket. It was about Sammy had art. She's going to DC for work this weekend, so she had to leave kind of early this morning to get her flight. So the dogs would have just been at home for because the flight that I would have had to take back to get here would have got me to St. Louis at like 6 p.m. and then a 2 hour drive here. So the dogs would have been alone from like, you know, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. the earliest. Can't really do
Fuck 'em.
that. In theory, they would have survived.
Fuck 'em.
Maybe in another life, maybe next year. Let's see. But let's go ahead and take a little commercial break and then we'll pop into the next one and kind of continue.
Oogie.
So after last night with the beer off, I think it's finally apparent to the group who the real AW is between Tyler and I. All right, and we're back from another commercial. Um, jumping in.
The lion doesn't concern himself with the opinions of white men.
Wow. Yeah, probably not. Lions really don't.
That's true. They're not sur Anyway, nope. Yeah, I'm gonna stop there.
Anywho, let's talk a little MLB. Not much to cover, but two things that stood out. You know, they're in the All-Star break right now, and Aaron Judge is the fastest to 350 home runs in MLB history. Thought that was a pretty wild stat.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
Um,
He's fucking
especially
built for it.
he's built for it, that's for sure. But like especially in today's era, it's very surprising to me that he is because you know those people that grew up in the steroid era, and he's fastest to 350 in MLB history, even with those guys. So I thought that was pretty crazy. Um,
And Hank Aaron, he was even before that. So historically, it's pretty impressive.
it's definitely impressive. Another thing I thought that was impressive is this guy Cal Raleigh of the Mariners. Have you heard about him?
Yep.
He's one home run shy of Bonds' 39 before that All-Star break.
That's fucking crazy.
Is that not nuts? I heard
That's
that and I had to
ridiculous.
I had to fact check it. I was like, there's no way. So he had 38. So he did end up shy of Bonds' 39 before the All-Star break, but even getting so close, because I don't know what Bonds ended up finishing with, but uh,
He had 72.
whatever it was absurd. Um, so this dude is on literal historic pace. I never even heard of the guy until I saw the stat.
Yeah, he has a great name. That's a great baseball name.
Cal Raleigh, I feel like, yeah. I mean, any,
Like
first name Cal, like,
I wonder if he's named after Cal Ripken.
I don't know. That'd be
Is
interesting to
Cal
know.
short?
I'm assuming Cal is short for something. Um, like I had a buddy who was he went by Cal, but it was short for like cavalry, which was an
Oh,
interesting
well,
name
that's
in
a
itself.
fucking insane name. I was
Yeah,
thinking
it
like
was. You were thinking like what?
Callum.
Callum could be short for it. Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea what his name is. I don't even know where he, went to college. I don't know how long he's been in the MLB. I just saw the stat and I was like, no way. So I ended up Googling. Yeah, he had 38. So one shy.
That really, I didn't know that. I knew he was having a great year, but I didn't know it was something like that. That's insane.
Yeah, I mean
Anytime
that's
you're in the same breath as Barry Bonds,
honestly, yeah,
who I think is the greatest baseball player of all time. So
yeah.
that's
I
crazy.
don't think it's yeah. I definitely would say he's the best baseball player of all time. And I mean, might be a little biased, and I know there's the argument with the whole steroid thing, but steroids don't make you see the ball better.
Yeah.
You
They
still
don't
got to
improve.
hit that
I
sucker.
don't think. I don't know if this is true, but I don't think they improve your fast twitch muscles.
I have no. I would assume they yeah.
I could be completely off base about that. That could be like the thing that they do best.
I
But
mean,
I
you
feel like
are the you're the exercise scientist of this conversation, so
yeah, I'm not the steroid scientist.
fair. Um, but yeah, that's about all I had for MLB. I thought those two stats were nuts. Obviously NBA Summer League is going on. I picked up a couple things from the Summer League. Um, Watched the game with the Lakers and Mavericks. Watched Bronny and Flag play against each other, and um, seen a couple things from Bronny. And obviously, he's not doing anything crazy in terms of scoring, but he does look like a different player.
He looks taller.
Yeah, he looks taller. He looks very explosive. Um, And to me, he looks very aggressive. Like he looks like he's found his deal, and it's almost giving me like Pat Beverly energy.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely going to be a defensive pass first point guard type player.
No doubt. But he's being aggressive. He's getting to the rim where I think he would have passed a lot last year. His jumper's going down a little bit. Um, Not blowing you away with statistics, but he's kind of doing it all, and he's starting with defense. So it is promising. And he's
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I want to see him succeed, especially with Braun on his way out. I
yeah,
need
and
to
he's
latch
like
on to somebody else for 10 years.
he's like picking like not fights, but he's definitely getting into these little like scraps because he's playing physical defense. Um, and I think he's got a target on his back, with the last name James, obviously. So I think people are trying to go at him, and he looks like he's holding his own.
I mean, Cooper Flag couldn't do shit on the block, which was kind of surprising to me because I know Flag's got to get stronger. But
Yeah, he's got to get
Bronny
stronger.
has been in an NBA weightlifting program for a year. So,
That's true. And obviously we know he has crazy genetics.
yeah.
But the thing that stuck out with Flag to me is I feel like he's trying to do a little too much. Like he's coming out of college and he was the guy, and everybody's talked about it. He's the best player, hands down, etc. And I feel like he's just trying to go in there and be like, I'm already a superstar. And he's trying to be like a perimeter guy when I don't really think that's his game.
He's more mid post.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like he's a mid-post playmaking, defensive-minded guy. Like he's not gonna be KD on the perimeter. As much as he might want to be, he's just
Not
not.
yet,
It's not.
anyway.
Yeah, I don't think that's the style of play he's gonna be. Like game one when he played the Lakers, he had 10 points, he went 5 for 21. So that just shows me he was really trying to force it, which I mean, you're having an off night, keep shooting. You're supposed to be kind of an eventual superstar on this Mavs team. So you gotta be the guy. You can't just get discouraged and not shoot. But I think he shot like 9 threes or something like that. I'm like, it's not really your game.
Yeah, that's. That's too much. I want him to be a 3 or 4 3-pointer a game guy.
Yeah, I mean, maybe down the road if they're falling, then sure. But first summer league game, like let's do what you do best. Let's kind of see where you fit in. There's been a couple clips of him getting kind of clamped on the perimeter by Bronny and then by a couple other guys in his second game. And I really just think they need to get him the ball in that like elbow extended mid post area and really just let him play make out of it instead of look to score every single time.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, that's all I really got from summer league. I haven't really watched too much. Like I said, I did watch that game and been seeing. Is
John Elmore looks good.
that the bald guy?
Yeah, he's our
Yeah.
age.
Yeah. But I'm just saying he's definitely bald. At that point, I feel like you got to let it go.
Yeah, but I don't know because he's kind of got like an egg-shaped head.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just feel like you get to that point in life, you just got to embrace the baldness, or
Do you
or get
remember? Do you remember watching them in the TBT?
no.
So he played on a team called Heard That, which was all like Marshall players.
Hmm.
They were kind of like underdogs, and his brother played with the team. And his brother was like he played in college, but like was a backup, and it's just like fucking fat and out of shape, and like got like curly hair, and he like was coming in like splashing threes and was like getting matched up with fucking Joe Johnson. It was it was a crazy. I'll send you some videos. His name is Ott Elmore OT,
Interesting.
and honestly, I might reach out to him, get him on the pod.
That would be cool. Not gonna happen, but would be cool.
I reached out to Brian Zubek and Bobby Frasor. Haven't heard from them, so I got to go lower.
Yeah, we'll start going lower. Um, it would be funny if we got somebody like that on there. Like, hey, don't listen to any of the episodes. Just this is about sports.
Yeah, we could
Prepare
we
some random questions and Pat's peeves.
we could put together a fucking 5 minute clip of our in a 100 episodes, our five good takes.
Or the five worst takes, I think would be even funnier.
Yeah, really, really get them going.
Yeah, but Summer League and MLB at the All-Star break, it's really a slow time in sports. There's really not a whole lot going on. It's kind of discouraging. I'm just waiting for football to get here.
I love football season, but then I end up suffering through it every fucking year.
Yeah, it is more fun when you're not miserable with your fantasy team.
No, fantasy team, whatever. I've been okay. I'm talking about the Jets.
Oh, yeah. You're going to suffer through it again this year.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, Panthers is the same way. We're paying Frank Reich and Matt Rule like upwards of $30 million each this year, and they're both coaching Stanford and Nebraska respectively.
That's an ownership issue.
Yeah, no doubt.
Same thing with the Jets. It's an ownership issue.
Yeah.
It drives me fucking crazy.
It's frustrating. It's very
Gave Aaron
frustrating.
Rodgers 70 million guaranteed. It makes me want to put a bullet in my brain.
That's wild.
And then we just guaranteed 40 mil. I think like 33 of it's guaranteed to Justin Fields, who I like Justin Fields, but I just think we overpaid.
Yeah, he was going to get paid by somebody though, and truthfully, I think Justin Fields has a future. I mean, he played
Well,
great with the Steelers when he first started last season.
he's definitely got the skill set. He's got the
Yeah.
intangibles.
Yeah, and I feel like he's a guy that the players can kind of that's my starting quarterback. Like I feel like that is important when the team supports you.
Yeah, and we obviously made the choice to go with Garrett Wilson over Aaron Rodgers because I don't think Garrett Wilson would have stayed. Which at this point, Garrett Wilson's a dynamic player. So
Yeah, I think you had
also
to.
fuck the Jets. I've heard that we're like in talks to like potentially trade Brees Hall. I will fucking lose my mind.
Yeah, him and Garrett Wilson are like your only two pieces of
I will
hope.
I genuinely will fucking consider not watching football anymore and just being like an NFL fan.
Yeah, the Rodgers is on the Steelers this year, right?
Yeah. And
That's interesting. I don't understand.
I don't understand why they would do that. I mean, it's not like Rodgers played terrible last year because he didn't.
Right.
I mean, it's not up to Aaron Rodgers standards, but I mean, he was an above average quarterback for sure.
Yeah. Um, I just don't see the vision.
Neither do I. I mean, he's
But this, I
probably just
mean,
happy to be playing again.
that, yes, and the Steelers, I mean, say what you want about the Steelers, but they do something right, and when they're always like having a winning record somehow.
Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, I.
You know, they've only had 3 or 4 coaches since the team has been like formed,
Yeah, because
like since they've been in the NFL.
Tomlin's been there forever, and before that, Cowher was there forever.
And then it was the guy before him, and I think that's it.
That's wild.
All right, now I'm gonna Google it because it sounds crazy.
Yeah, I mean that's wild. I do have hope for the Panthers this season, which is probably my first problem. We've got some decent playmakers at the receiver position, and the defense is probably going to struggle a little bit. And I'm hopefully Bryce Young takes a step, but I think we have a decent season. It couldn't really be worse than last year, so I mean it could, I guess, but I'm hopeful.
Steelers have only had 3 coaches in the Super Bowl era.
Okay,
16 total head coaches, like NFL championships and all that shit.
right.
But Super Bowl era, only 3 head coaches.
That's nuts.
3 in the last 56 years is nuts.
That is crazy. Yeah, that's wild. But let's move into random questions. I do have 4 random questions. Actually 3 random questions, excuse me.
Do you want me to
But
do this 10
oh yeah,
things?
yeah, let's do that. Let's do that first. Tyler seems to think he's better than me at least 10 things. Um, so now we're going to discuss them.
Yeah, I went a similar route that you did with things that are pretty much not debatable
Okay.
because, you know, just to keep it in the spirit of things I know I'm better than you at. Super Smash Brothers, the video game.
Oh, yeah, you can have that one.
Um, Watching horror movies.
Okay. I mean, I can watch a movie with the best of them. I just don't
I'm
enjoy it.
now we see yeah, I can watch them and enjoy them.
Okay, there you go. Better wording. Words mean things.
I'm I have a better knowledge of random sports facts than you.
That is true.
I'm better than you at having a basketball scholarship.
Okay, because you're stupid.
Not
Yeah, see,
stupid.
you say,
You see, I didn't say I was better than you at basketball. I said I'm better at having and received a basketball scholarship because you did not get one and I did.
I mean, that's a valid statement. I think it's
Okay.
a little misleading to people that listen.
Listen, they can take it however they want to take it. I have a basketball scholarship and you don't.
You didn't get a basketball scholarship to go play basketball somewhere.
That's not what I'm saying. Those are your words, not mine.
Okay, I'm just making sure we're not misleading the listeners, the thousands,
Yeah. Invoicing.
like creating invoices.
Hmm.
Okay, I mean that's not something I do. Assuming
A
it's
lot of the
something that
thing,
you
a lot of
newly
the things
do
that you said are not things I do.
with your fish managerial
Managing,
position.
um, sales in general. I'm better than you at reselling things, just selling things.
I feel like we could put that up for debate, but I don't really have experience with that, so we'll give it to you.
Okay. Driving tractor trailers.
Driving tractor trailers, yes. If you would have said heavy equipment, I would have argued.
I'm being very specific. Forklift operation for sure.
I mean, I've operated forklifts before. Not as
I
much as
drove
you,
a
so we'll give it to you.
I drove a forklift every day for 5 years, so I don't
That's
think
fair.
there's much debate for that one.
That's fair.
Um, I got two more. One of you may debate either of these, um, because you might not think highly of one of them. Caring for a lizard.
We could argue that you don't care for that lizard well. He lives a terrible life.
That's what I'm saying.
He
And then
gets
my
the
last,
same
my la
he gets the same fucking crickets every day. But you probably come in there, he's like, these fucking crickets again. You couldn't spice up my dinner tonight, you asshole. You're over there eating a cookout milkshake. Why can't I get one?
and then my last one is 3-point shooting.
I'll give it to you because it's not my strong suit. But
Well,
if we went out and shot 10 each, you would make more than I would, yes.
I'm just thinking in game too.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm guarding you and you're guarding me, if we're playing one-on-one, I'm gonna make more threes than you.
No, you're gonna make one more and it's gonna win the game.
Exactly.
Like you're gonna make one and it's gonna win you the
So
game.
so in theory, what you're saying is I'm better than you at shooting three pointers when you're guarding me than you are at shooting three pointers when I'm guarding you.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna say that.
That's what it sounds like.
No, no, you're twisting my words. Typical Democrat. You're twisting my words.
All right, I
Yeah,
mean
those
it's fair.
are my
Like I
10.
said, if we were doing a just a 3-point shootout and we each shot 10, you would make more than me, uncontested.
You get you're talking to a guy who hit a lot of 3-pointers in a lot of men's league games.
Yeah, we'll give it to you. We'll give it to you.
I'm taking it.
Yeah.
It's being took. It's being took.
Yeah. Like I said, we'll give it to
Earned,
you.
not earned, earned, not given.
Mm, I don't like it, but I will let you have it.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, I guess we'll move on. Um, I'm not happy about moving on, but I guess we'll move on. Um, so random questions. Um, First random question, is it let freedom reign or let freedom ring?
I feel like everybody says let freedom ring,
Yeah.
but I feel like it is let freedom reign.
Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking about it. Because I've seen a couple different things about like the 4th of July, like let freedom ring. I'm like, is it let freedom ring or is it let freedom reign?
It would make more sense to me let freedom reign, like reign over the country, like
Right.
Reign.
Yeah, but I could also see ring because um, the song and like let freedom ring. Okay, I asked ChatGPT and it says the correct phrase is let freedom ring. It comes from the patriotic song My Country, 'Tis of Thee, and was famously echoed by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in his I Have a Dream speech. Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let freedom ring from the curvaceous slopes of California. Interesting.
That man said curvaceous slopes of California.
Apparently.
Dog, my man was horny. Um,
Yes, he was.
Shout out Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I know you're listening.
He's definitely listened. But yeah, the recognized version is ring and it refers to the sounds of bells.
Okay,
Symbolic call to liberty.
okay, I can
So
vibe with
I'm
it.
I'm glad we got that out of the way. Something I was wondering. I purposely didn't look it up because I wanted to talk about it in the podcast. I wanted to see where your head was at because I was skeptical of let freedom ring. I like you thought it made more sense as let freedom reign, but and we're not talking about rain RAIN, it's REIGN.
Yeah, if anybody thought we were talking rain as in water, you're a moron.
Yes.
And stop listening.
No, we don't need them to stop listening. Continue listening. This
All right.
podcast is for you.
Yeah, all three of you. Shout out Ed. I know you stopped listening, you bitch. Um, my question would be if you were a football coach, high school football coach,
Mhm,
Wilmington, North Carolina,
mhm.
what type of offense and defensive scheme are you running?
Offense is probably gonna be like some sort of spread. Four receivers in the shotgun with the one tailback. Um, I feel like that for one is the most fun to coach, and it's most fun for the players. Then you can kind of do so many things out of it. You can run the option, you can do like an air raid type style, or you can just run zone. So I think spread is very versatile. So that's probably what I would go with. Plus, it's what I'm more familiar with because when I was there with Tyndall is when I really started like learning about the offense and like route combos and all that stuff. Wouldn't do the triple option because I'm a receiver at heart, and that didn't really work out well for me. Even though I did succeed, and but the only reason I had good success in the triple option is because we had so many injuries. Because if not, if we didn't have injuries, I probably would have just sat out wide and just blocked. But um, defense, I probably would just run some kind of like I'd probably do like cover two, like a cover two, just zone defense. Maybe like yeah, like I'm not super spun up on defensive schemes, but I'd probably do some kind of like cover two because I think in high school you start to get the higher levels, then they're gonna pick you apart. But like just general, like New Hanover County, I think a cover two zone, it puts the safeties over top. You have a lot of linebackers in the box. The corners are down, so you come out. You have that to funnel all the run plays inside, and that's where my head would be at. Cover two defense and then spread offense.
And what was you were a safety on
Yeah,
defense?
I was a safety, but we ran my responsibilities was just don't get beat deep, and we basically ran like a cover three style, at least for me. But like I said, I wasn't really big up on the schemes because I didn't start out playing defense. I kind of just got put in on defense because the people that were playing in those positions weren't really cutting it. Um, so they just kind of threw me out there in safety and was like, "Hey, don't let anybody behind you. If it's a run play, come and tackle somebody." So that was kind of my knowledge of defense then. Uh, so yeah, I mean, I was playing safety wearing the number 81, so obviously,
Dog.
yeah.
Dog.
They probably saw that when we played like Hanover and Hogger, they probably saw 81 at safety and they're like, all right, let's pick on that guy.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. What about you? What would you run?
On defense, I have no idea. I don't even really understand the schemes. I would probably run all out blitz every play.
Yeah. Like
Uh,
I don't necessarily get the schemes that great either, especially to be some sort of defensive coach. Um,
yeah. Well, that's why they have defensive coordinators and shit. I would run a spread too. I mean, I'm a receiver too. I like I like throwing the ball. I mean, it's more fun to watch.
yeah.
But if I had a guy like fucking Quincy,
hmm
Charles Dent, then things are different. But just in terms
Charles,
of what I would want to do,
Charles,
like
like,
pro
yeah.
style offense.
Yeah, I think Charles would have been good in really any offense that we had. Because he's one of those people that you could just say, just get the ball and go. And we really did have a pretty good offensive line. So I think he would have succeeded anywhere. Obviously, he got hurt, and that really hurt us in the triple option. Because it's definitely not my strong suit. I did okay, but that's not my strength. Is getting the ball in the backfield and playmaking like that's not what I do. I don't have that like, explosiveness. I do it on the outside, but not on the inside like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's where my head's at. All right, next question. What's the smallest body of water you'd swim in with a dead person in it?
I know there's a dead person in there,
Yeah, you know there's a dead person in there.
and I don't have to be near them. I just in
No.
terms of like how
Yeah.
big the actual body of
You
water
don't
is.
have to see them. Just
I know there's
hey,
dude,
hey, there's actually a dead person in here. Like, what's the smallest body of water? It's like the ocean.
well,
There's
yeah,
there's
there's
dead
dead
people in
people
there
in there now.
for sure.
Um, Definitely a lake. How
Yeah.
big the lake is. Like obviously, you say a lake like Lake Norman. I've probably been in Lake Norman with a dead dude and not known
Oh, I'm sure there's dead people in that lake. Yeah.
it. Like, trying to think like as small, like a small lake that I've been in, which really not that many.
Yeah.
It's usually, you go on a lake, it's like I'm on a boat, so it's like a big ass lake.
Yeah.
I would, if we're going like square miles, like around the lake,
Mm.
2 miles.
2 miles. Okay. Okay, that's relatively small.
That could
I
be
think I can get
really
behind
far
that.
away, but like it's just like like a pretty like small lake, but I could be so far away from it.
Yeah. I was thinking about it. I saw actually this question was asked on another podcast I saw on TikTok, I think, but uh like obviously the ocean, like there's dead people in there and you're pretty aware that there's dead people in there. I mean, we dropped Osama bin Laden off a boat. He's in the ocean.
Not anymore.
Um, you don't think so?
I got eaten by something, is what I'm saying.
Maybe. Maybe he just sunk to the bottom and get covered with sediment.
They were like, I know what he did. I'm not going
I'm
to eat him.
pretty, yeah. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, they didn't want that. They didn't want that taste. Um, but like Lake Michigan, the Great Lakes and stuff, they definitely have dead people in them.
Sure.
Lake of the Ozarks, pretty big lake, definitely has dead people in it. I think I'd swim in like a big pond if I knew there would like, hey, just so you know, there's probably a dead person in here. I'd still probably swim in a big pond. Definitely not a pool though, and definitely not if I could see the person, like if it was clear.
Like just on the bottom.
And just like, yeah, 30 feet away from me, you just see this corpse just laying there.
You just take a stick and you like push them away.
They start to disintegrate.
Oh God. Yeah, the pond might be too small. I don't really know what the like what makes something a pond versus a lake either though.
Yeah, no idea. There's definitely got to be like a size, like a certain size. At what point does it become a lake? Yeah, I don't know. But I'd say a big pond. Like if it was you were on somebody's property and they had like a lot of land and like it was what you would call a really big pond, I'd probably swim in.
From an ecological or a limnological perspective, there is no difference between a lake or a pond, though lakes are generally larger and deeper.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
The depth would be important as well
Yeah,
because
I
like
mean it's
I don't
like
want to touch the
fucking
bottom.
2 feet deep.
Yeah, I don't like touching the bottom of things that are like not sandy beach. Like if I'm in a lake, I do not want to touch the bottom.
Yeah. Lakes kind of freak me out though. Freshwater freaks me out.
Really?
There's way more bacteria in freshwater than
Oh, no
saltwater.
doubt. Way more bacteria for sure.
That's what I mean as far as just like a like getting water in your mouth and like
Yeah, that's true.
especially with the what in the summer and like with the earth warming. I don't think that's a hot take. The earth is warming. Um, Bacteria grows more freely.
Yeah. No,
So
that's fair. It's valid. I don't like water that doesn't move a lot.
still water, yeah. Hmm.
Still water kind of freaks me out. Like even if it's like a slow moving river, I'm like, I don't like this. I want it to be like I want it to have a current.
Yeah, I can vibe with that.
And the Ozarks is so deep. Like it's at least like 50 feet deep.
Oh,
And
okay.
even where we were off the dock, like I have 100-foot rope um with an anchor that we kind of like put the anchor out so we didn't drift away. We could have just tied it up to the to the dock, but then the wind blows you and you kind of like pivot out to the dock in a place you don't want to be. If you just put an anchor out there, you're kind of just stationary. So we dropped the anchor down and it was like probably 15 feet. And that's right off the dock, pretty close to the shore. So
Interesting.
yeah. All right.
Now my mind is on bodies of water.
Yeah.
You ever been to Lake Norman?
Um, I don't know if I have, to be honest. I want to say that I have, but I know we talked about doing like a friends trip there one time and that never happened, but I don't know if I've definitely been there. I don't know if I've ever swam in it.
Yeah. So that's kind of leading into my question. Pontoon boat, like if you're on a
Mhm.
lake, pontoon boat, or like a regular kind of like skiff boat for your weekend.
I think definitely the vibe that I'm going for in life right now is more pontoon-esque. I could care less about cruising around and going fast. It's not really. I like more of just kind of anchoring up somewhere, swimming around, throwing some floats out, playing some music and chilling. So a pontoon boat is definitely conducive to that. Also, pontoon you can carry way more people comfortably and like all your stuff versus, but at the same time a pontoon boat, you really need calm water. So, like, if you're out in the intercoastal waterway, like, yes, a pontoon boat is fine. However, you're gonna get beat up pretty good.
Yeah, lake definitely pontoon for me.
Yeah, lake definitely pontoon. But like, if I'm any kind of waterway, if I'm trying to fish or anything like that, I don't think pontoon boats are good for that. I think in the Wilmington intercoastal area, if you're not really going offshore, you really want like a skiff flat bottom type deal. I don't have tons of experience going offshore, so obviously you don't want like a little Carolina skiff flat bottom going through the inlet and offshore, but not to say it can't be done, but I just don't think it's super great. Maybe on a really calm day. Inlets are kind of scary too. Like it can
Corey's
get, yeah.
Corey's uncle is like a like very experienced like boater got like messed up like because there was like a sandbar that he didn't know was out there. I think he got thrown off the boat if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because you can't really go super slow through the inlet. You have to have some sort of pace. So if you're kind of sending it, which you and sometimes have to, especially if the waves are kind of big, um, when you hit a sandbar like that, you can get pretty messed up.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I want to go fishing now that I'm like work with fish. I think I should go fishing more.
Yeah, I'd like to get into fishing a little bit more. I don't know. I think fishing would be fun. I think if I had a boat, I would enjoy fishing a lot more than just standing on the edge of a body of water or like fishing off the beach. I don't think I would love that much. Um, Fishing in a river, not really great. I think if you had a boat, fishing on the river could be fun.
Yeah, I mean when I was a kid, we used to fish lakes and
Yeah.
ponds, like a lot more freshwater fishing in New York.
Uh-huh.
That was really the last time I did any kind of like regular fishing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think I'll try to get into it.
You'd think with us growing up so close to the beach that we would have been more into fishing, but it just never really was something that we did.
I mean, we were always playing sports.
True, but we spent a lot of time at the beach. You know, I did, and just never really got into it. If I had a boat, like if my family had a boat, I probably would have got into it a lot more.
I just remember being at the beach and it being annoying when people would have their poles out there.
Like surf fishing, that
Yeah.
was always super annoying because it's like I want to go in there and swim, and now you're fishing for things which are also going to attract more things. And also, I don't want to get stabbed with a hook.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's jump into another commercial and then we'll be back.
Vote Marissa's husband for biggest peener you've ever seen. This week on Sammy and Marissa's Husband.
Well, we spread a lot of fake news, but that might take the cake.
Yeah, that might be our number one biggest piece of misinformation we've ever spread.
Worst take of all time. Um, all right, so jumping back into it, I have one last random question, and it is another thing that I've seen on like a TikTok. But if you could dispense five liquids from your fingers, each finger gets to dispense some kind of liquid, what would they be?
You want me to tell you which finger as well?
Sure.
Okay, pointer finger. We're gonna go with water.
Yeah, that's the classic. A good answer.
Can never go wrong with water. Thumb. We're gonna go something like this, like turn your hand sideways, spread situation.
Uh-huh.
Mayonnaise. Every fucking sandwich, boom, mayo. Easy, easy
All
money.
right. Is mayo a liquid?
Oh, I would. Interesting, interesting. I was thinking condiments were liquids.
We could count it. We'll count
I only,
mayonnaise.
I only had one condiment. It was just mayo,
Sure. All right.
as it should be. That should be your only condiment. Middle finger. We're going. I'm thinking liquid. I was going to say pepper spray for self-defense.
What you bitch?
Yeah, exactly. Right in the eyes.
We can count that. We can count that.
Ring finger. I'm going to go mint Oreo milkshake.
You have one liquid.
It's my goddamn list. All right, let me have what I want. And then pinky, I'll go Heineken.
Okay, that's fair. It's fair. Classy, the pinky. Yeah.
So we've got mayonnaise in my thumb, water in my pointer finger, pepper spray for self-defense out of my middle finger, mint Oreo milkshake out of my ring finger for when times get tough, and Heineken out of my pinky.
Yeah, the priorities right there. My list is similar, however, not with the mayonnaise, milkshake, and pepper spray. I
So
don't
it's
really
not
have a
so
list.
it's not similar at all.
Well, we got water at the pointer finger, and then the
Yeah.
pinky probably for me would be wine because I have more class than you. Um, thumb, I think I'd go probably just beer, just any kind of tap. We're just tossing the thumb out. Um, Probably something super classy like PBR is what we're rolling with. So PBR is the thumb, pointer finger is water, pinky is just a good dry red wine. Middle finger, Jack and Coke. We're party time. Any kind of Jack and Coke is middle finger, and then ring finger is probably like cool blue Gatorade. Or
Ooh.
yeah, we'll switch it up. Blue Powerade.
Oh, that was a serious misstep on my part.
Yeah, blue Powerade, the ring finger.
Blue Powerade. Blue Powerade and orange Gatorade.
Yeah. Are we gonna replace pepper spray and milkshake or mayo?
I'll replace milkshake because I don't need any more milkshakes.
That's true.
Blue Powerade out of the ring finger.
I'm glad you made that decision. That shows growth.
Yeah. Um, I still need to defend myself because I'm so fucking sore from being back in the gym. I don't know if I can throw any punches, so I can just hold up my middle finger and spray people.
Yeah, what did you say about you said you could kill anybody that with your bare hands, but a man needs pepper spray in his middle finger?
Listen, I didn't say it made sense. I'm just, I report the news.
That's fair. That is fair. That's what we do here.
All right.
All right, that wraps up my random questions. I'm assuming you don't have another one, right?
No, I only had two.
All right, let's jump Pat's peeves. Everybody's favorite segment. Um, So Pat's peeve this week, I'm at the grocery store. It's been bugging me for the last couple of weeks is the amount of things that that you want at the grocery store, and then you flip it over, look at the ingredients, and it's like a paragraph of ingredients for something that only needs three things. Like I've been eating some kind of mixed nuts for like a snack in the afternoon. So I've been buying these like peanuts, just roasted salted peanuts. They're like the Planters brand or whatever.
You a big nut
And
guy?
yeah, big nuts. Nothing but I flipped it over because I was curious. I was like, let me see, like, are these going to be good for me? Because I was watching a couple things about ingredients and things, and I flip it over and there's all kinds of stuff in there. When really, why is it not just peanuts and salt? Sure, they need to be like roasted in something. I get that, maybe some peanut oil or maybe whatever. But I don't need like if I can't pronounce the word and it's in peanuts, it has no, why is it in there?
I understand some things um, to keep a product shelf stable.
Yeah, maybe freshness, a couple, yeah.
Some things, but you don't need 45 things in there.
Yeah, so then I'm like searching for things, I'm just flipping over everything. This is just the nuts specifically, and all of them, the paragraphs of ingredients. So I went back to like the veggie section where they have the fresh bread, like the deli section, and I've been getting this like these cashews that the ingredients are just cashews and salt. So they taste worse, but they're much better for me. I think we lost Tyler. I see his uh, ugly face staring at me in the video, with red bars, looking like we lost him. I think that the talk of big nuts got him uncomfortable, so he left.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. All right, we had a little bit of technical difficulty. Not sure what got cut out or what didn't cut out, but we're back and we're just going to jump into the next Pat's Peeves by Tyler.
My pet peeve is door-to-door salesmen when they are
Yeah,
aggressive.
aggressive in what way?
Dude knocked on the door, rang the doorbell, no one answered. Waited a minute and then did it again. So then I, of course, opened the door, pajama pants, no shirt, because it's my house. If I don't want to wear a shirt, I'm not wearing a fucking shirt. Um, Dude's like, "Oh, hey man, you the king of this castle?" And I was like, "Yeah, what's up, dude?" And he starts going into his spiel. I let him finish, and I said, "Hey man, I'm really just not interested." And then he said, "Well, you've never thought about having like a home camera?" And I said, "Well, I've thought about having a doorbell camera because he said they handle like installation for free." And then he was like, "Can I write you up a proposal?" I was like, "Sure." And he said, "Do you have a table I could sit at?" And I said, "Well, you could sit out here, but there's a lot of spiders." And then he was like, "Well, I was thinking more somewhere inside." And I was like, "No, you can't come inside." And then he was like, "Okay." And then just left.
That's awkward. I mean, like I do get it, but like I'm pretty sure your neighborhood probably has a no soliciting sign like at the front of the neighborhood.
Yeah, don't knock on my door twice.
Yeah, I mean, I get it because sometimes, you ring the doorbell and nobody answers. You're like, maybe their doorbell doesn't work, so you like knock on it like normal. Um, I get that they have a job to do, but I don't want to buy anything from somebody knocking on my door. Leave me a little brochure. Um, he probably could have gone about that a little differently. Like, hey, oh, I'm not interested. Okay, well, how about this? Just take my business card. This is what I can provide for you. If you're interested, give me a call, etc. So. And I mean, I get it with sales. Part of the battle is like getting inside. Once they get inside, they feel like they can probably make the sale. So, I mean, I understand. However, that is super annoying.
Yeah, don't try and also don't try and come at my house.
Yeah. I mean, the opening line of "Are you the king in this castle?" is pretty solid.
Yeah, I didn't hate that, but also like, and then he was like, "Are you a renter or an owner?" And I was like, "I own." And then he like gave me a high five. He's like, "Yeah, don't pay anybody else's mortgage." I was like, okay, like you're probably not bad at this, but I don't want what you're selling
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean,
I feel
I feel
for him
that.
because I mean I'm in sales, but like too pushy.
Yeah, too pushy
And
is
then
bad.
and then I tell you you can't come inside, and then you don't even say like have a good day or anything. You just walk away.
Yeah, that is awkward because now there's no shot that you're gonna buy what he's doing. Um, but yeah, uh, I don't know. I mean, those people they don't care. They got nothing to lose. If they are trying to be too pushy, and you just say like, "Hey, no, get the fuck out of here," then they didn't get the sale they weren't gonna already get anyway. So
Yeah.
they don't care, truthfully.
I
Um,
don't want to be a dick to anybody, but get the fuck off my front porch.
yeah, that's fair. Um, definitely fair. You don't have a ring camera or anything like that?
No.
You should get a
I don't
ring camera.
I am gonna get a camera. I'm not gonna get a ring camera,
Well, it doesn't have to be ring. That's not what I meant. It's
but
just like that
yeah.
type.
Because ring will give um files to the police without a warrant, which I'm against.
I mean, is that a fact?
Yes. Mhm. They've been sued over it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just suspect about information like that.
Well, I mean, you're more than feel free to look it up for yourself. I am burdened by knowledge. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like that's one of those.
I've been red pilled, kid.
I feel like that's one of those. I read this on Facebook, so it must be true type thing.
I've seen a lot of people posting stuff on Facebook where it's like, I know I've said it before, like Peyton Manning, like adopting a daughter. Peyton Manning doesn't have a daughter. Um,
Right.
I saw something and it was like LeBron and Bronny donated and wrote a letter, hand wrote a letter to every victim of the Camp Mystic flooding. And I'm like, that's very obviously not true. I love LeBron, but he didn't do that shit.
Right. And then, but people actually believe that.
Yeah, because people are dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
But my point to you is I'm technologically literate.
In theory, but like you probably just saw that somewhere and you
I
probably
ain't
didn't really look into it.
I ain't never been got by nothing. Ain't never gonna be got.
I'm sure NBA Central's got you a couple times.
Oh, Central got me with Tom Thibodeau before he actually got fired. Central's never been wrong. They've just been early.
That's fair. I've seen some funny Central ones recently where it's like Bronny turns down $40 million contract. But yeah, it
Mm.
is sad what people believe on Facebook, and that's what's wrong with today's news media is everything is so political when there's no like unbiased news sources anymore. I just want to know what's happening in the world. I don't need your political bias on top of it. But they like
Yeah,
specifically report certain things because it makes Democrats or Republicans look good and leave out this little blurb that makes their party look bad. So it's ne
yeah,
never you never get the full story.
yeah. I think the news is very biased. Naturally, I think one side is worse than the other, but that could be my own potential bias.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
they're both equally terrible.
Um, I do know this is kind of getting off track, but Trump ran on releasing the Epstein files, and now apparently there's no Epstein files.
That situation's crazy.
I think that's going
Yeah,
to hurt him.
like I'm not saying I'm on the conspiracy that he, did it or whatever, because I don't think he
Well, I
did.
mean, he's been to the island. I mean, that's like not even up for
Yeah,
debate.
but
He's on
a
flight
lot of
logs.
people.
I'm not saying he fucked kids, but
Yeah, and I'm not even saying that he knew what was going on. Does he know like shady stuff might have been happening? Yeah, probably, but so did all the other famous people that probably went there.
yeah, but
Um,
I they've ran on the fact that there was a client list. Um, Pam Bondi, the attorney general, said in February after he was in office that the shit was on her desk.
yeah, which either she was lying or
Yeah,
I don't get it. And like,
either way she needs to resign because she either
oh,
lied
for
about
sure.
there being one or she's hiding it. Either way, I think that's a fireable offense.
Yeah.
And your boy, I'm not going to say that. I'll tell what I want to say. I'll tell you off air because it's
Okay.
got to do with your work. So I'm not going to put that out in the ether.
Okay. I think the one thing I saw is somebody asked Trump about it, and he was like,
Who
they're
cares
like
about
blah blah
this
blah.
creep?
Yeah, he was like, Jeffrey Epstein, are we still talking about him? And I'm like,
Oh, you mean the guy who ran a fucking illegal child trafficking ring? Yeah, I think we should talk about it, dog.
but it was just like I think Trump may have went to a class to sound as guilty as possible.
I just don't get it.
Yeah, he needs a better PR team. I don't know.
This
Like, do I think that he was involved? No, I don't think he was involved. Uh,
the state that I'm in mentally right now, I could see myself potentially liking 2016 Trump.
yeah,
But 2024 Trump is not the same. He doesn't have it anymore.
he's not as quick-witted.
I
He's
mean, he's
lost the
old. He's
step.
getting old. He's getting old.
He's getting old. I do think we need an age limit on running for president.
60.
Yeah, it's hard because there are people that are very competent at 70, and there are people that are not at all. And I'm not saying he's not competent. I think he is. He's way more competent than Biden was.
At
But
the end.
yeah,
At the end, it was pretty bad for Joey B.
yeah, Joey B was he was a shell of himself.
Now, 2008 Joey B.
Yeah,
If we got that guy, things would be different around here. But
yeah,
we
but
didn't get
he,
that guy.
yeah, we don't need to talk too much politics, but we didn't get that guy. All right, going
All
into
I'm,
Mike's likes.
all I'm
I got
saying is release the kid fucker list.
yeah. I don't think, there's probably not like some kind of client list. I don't think there is.
You're telling me that dude didn't have a list to blackmail people?
I think he had a list of people that probably were around the island a lot and some kind of flight log so that if he went down, it could be like some kind of blackmail thing. However, I don't think it ever panned out like that. I just don't.
I think there's videos of all the shit.
That would be grotesque.
These people are sick, bro.
Yeah, well, that's very apparent. I'm sure there was some sickening things, and I'm sure there was, some high level people that were involved, and I hope that those people get exposed. Mm. That stuff
Bring them all
stops
down,
happening
dude.
because that is
Bring them all
disgusting.
down.
Um, I like to think that our president was not involved with that. Um, so I'm gonna stand that our commander in chief did not get involved with a sex ring of little girls.
You would hope not.
Yeah, I would definitely I would severely hope not, sincerely hope not. Um, but yeah, let's move into Mike's
I
likes.
blame Obama on some level.
Yeah, I blame Bush. Thanks, Obama.
Everything ties into Ronald Reagan somehow.
All right, Mike's likes. My Mike like for the week is going to the grocery store without the wife.
Oh, wow. Ballsy statement.
Ballsy statement. I probably spent $100 less today than when she goes with me.
Damn.
Yeah. So it was
That's
nice. I
crazy.
got in there. I stuck to the list. Everything I wrote down on the list, I got, and we left. No extra shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Uh, my Mike's like for the week is me being left and Mike being right and us both radicalizing each other into the middle. It's what's happening.
I like that.
It's happening.
Okay. I like that. Maybe we'll go third party.
If there was enough of a movement to do it, I would do it.
Yeah, it's hard with third party because I do think like the candidates are generally good. There's just no way they're going to get elected. And part of the reason they don't get elected is because of that mindset. So, I mean, it's just hard.
No, yeah, and there's a lot of dark money that third parties aren't getting.
Yeah, for sure. So it's tough. Politics in general sucks. I hate politics. Like we have so many good leaders in this world, in the country that are not involved. Uh, and really, like the president is, that's what you are. You're the leader of the free world. Like you should just be the face of the franchise. Get up there. I mean, say what you want about Obama's policies, and you could be for him or against him, whatever. But when he got up and spoke in front of people, people listened.
That's the last time we were respected as a country, dog. And say what you want about Trump. It's obvious I don't like him, but he's not the best we have.
No, and I think Trump does some things well. I think he would operate better in the background and not being the face because I do think he has really good ideas about, you know, finance. It's obviously he knows how to make money. He I don't know. I don't want him lashing out on Twitter and putting out all these tweets. There's no reason that he should have put out a tweet saying that we obliterated the nuclear program of a different country. That should have been the Secretary of Defense or some kind of PR release from the military. I just didn't like the way it was handled,
Yeah,
especially without a battle damage assessment actually done. So we don't even know if that was true, but still don't know.
I'm gonna reserve my comments because you know how I feel about the guy. But I think he'd be better suited in a role financially, like the head of the Fed or something.
Yeah. Politics
Who
suck.
knows, man? Yeah, I mean the two-party system is killing this country.
It is, yeah. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. All right, well, that's about all I got.
My closing comment is Eller Caproni ticket for 2028, with
Yeah.
obviously me being president.
Well, you said Eller Caproni, so let's be real. You knew before saying it what you really meant. So Eller Caproni,
My subconscious betrayed me right there.
yeah, yeah. Your subconscious is a little bit more mature than your age shows.
Hey, my metabolic age is 41.
That doesn't shock me.
I just made that up, but I hope it's that young. All right.
All right, dude. Until next time.
I'll talk to you.